What is the difference between now than before? Here's the difference between now and before. Then, if you think about, do you think Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi independently came in and replaced Mossadegh, or do you think somebody intervened? Do you think the CIA, the MI6, intervened to bring a Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi to be the king of Iran, or you think he did it independently
There was
himself?
likely intervention from what we understand,
I would say
right?
95%.
Of course there's intervention. What did Mossadegh want to do with the oil? He wanted to make it nationalize it.
Right?
Okay.
Like what he did in Venezuela.
Okay, so
Chavez
there like
of course. And
You're talking about a treaty of 1954,
1954 consortium, oil agreement consortium.
It was almost
that
like a
they have.
constitution.
And it was a 25-year contract that they signed. But here's the thing with that. So think about it. Think about this whole intervention. They brought in the Shah. The Shah was a deal maker. He did deals, so oil companies were happy, and similar to, what happened afterwards. Then when he became too powerful, he was talking about maybe raising prices. In an interview with Mike Wallace, he says, why are you raising prices on oil? Can you pull up this clip? They're asking him, why are you raising prices on oil? He says, why am I raising prices on oil? He says, yes. He says, why are they raising prices on corn? Why are they raising prices on everything? You think what I'm buying right now is the same prices? They're raising price on everything with me. What am I supposed to do? Sit there and take all the increases on my end? But then they pay the same price for oil? No, I have a product you want. And by the way, I agree with them.
Good.
As a businessman, so imagine you sell lumber, I sell sheets, I sell whatever cement supply that you want. And I'm coming to you, you raise the prices on me 80%, not because the market's gone up 80%. You just choose to raise prices by 80%, but you expect me to charge you the same price for oil. What do you think the person's going to do? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
No. The moment they realized he was about to strong arm other people with oil, that's when they said, we got to get rid of this guy. And then they thought Khomeini was going to be better than him. And then Carter, who you could say was a non-interventionist. So let me explain to you how this works. Intervened, Reza Shah Pahlavi comes in. Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi comes in. The Middle East is peaceful. Jimmy Carter, non-intervene, Khomeini comes in.
Weird.
So this debate between intervention and non-intervention, you know what it ends up being? Here's the part. It is never fluid. That's the word the president used. We are fluid when it comes down to decision-making. There is situations that you shouldn't intervene, and there are situations that you should intervene. By the way, what percentage of the time do you think you shouldn't intervene? What
Should not
intervene?
90% of the
I
time.
think 95% of the time.
Stay out of it unless you absolutely have
95% of the time you should not intervene.
Yeah, I fully agree.
Now watch, if say Iran falls, Khomeini falls, somebody else goes in his place, and the place is peaceful. Do you think we have the war with Afghanistan? Do you think we have what happened with weapons? Do you think we have all this stuff that's going to be taking place? Probably not. Do you think it's going to be the same issues that is taking place with all these other places in the Middle East? Who does that benefit? So that's the part that is going on right now. Now bring it to today. Last 47 years. What is the biggest difference between the last 47 years and today? One thing. Last 47 years, the IRGC's been their control last 47 years. Khamenei, 47 years they've had control, right? Last 47 years. The number one draft pick to go back to Iran, to help Iran be free again is who? Reza Pahlavi, who I've been very critical of, and I'm going to continue to criticize this guy, even though I'm seeing play offense right now, which is good. I like what he's doing. He is playing offense. 47 years, he has been a number one candidate. So for 47 years, if it benefited him to say good things about Biden, he did. If it benefited him to say good things about Obama, he did. If it benefited him to say good things about Bush, he did. Now he's on TV saying, well, under Biden and Obama, this would never happen, but under Trump. And now he's pleading to Trump, which, by the way, it's better late than never. At least you're doing it, which is good. So the only difference is what? President Trump today is the guy. Finally, with enough of the pressure, this is one of the issues that you have to realize that happens in the Iranian community, which it becomes cult-like.
Yes.
Let me explain. Some of Reza Pahlavi's supporters, you know who they sound like? Let me tell you who they sound like. There was this guy that reacted and he said a couple things in a video. I got 50 videos sent my way. Couple of the guys.
all weekend.
I mean, it's being sent to me my way. It's nonstop. Let me tell you, who got those videos? You know who got those videos in 2015, 2016? A guy named President Trump. Who did he get it from? People that were rhinos, people that were Republican traditional rhinos who were always, it's the Karl Rove way. It's the Bush way. You have to come get through me. And Trump's like, I don't need to get through you. Who the hell are you? I don't need your approval to go through RNC. I'm sorry, I made my own money. I don't need your help. You go begging people for money. I don't go around begging people for money. I'm my own man. Trump made it clear. He's his own man. And then you realize there's a cult on the Republican side with Rhino. There's a cult on the Democratic side. God forbid if you oppose Hillary Clinton on the Democratic side. You know who this is happening to on the Democratic side right now? Stephen A. Smith. Look what they're doing. God forbid you call out the black Democrats, which he's doing. Yep. What is happening to him? You're an Uncle Tom. You're a this. Michelle Obama's calling him out. Don Lemon called him out. Crockett called him out. All this weekend they're calling him out, right? So I think a little bit of pressure he's never had. He's never had an opponent. So he finally has some pressure. However, his last seven tweets, I don't know how many of them are directed to Trump.
Stephen A. Smith or Reza Pahlavi?
Reza Pahlavi. Which, by the way, I love it. Good for him, because you know what he's starting to realize? You can't do it by yourself.
No.
Some Iranians who criticize, they're like, just leave us alone. We can do this.
Yeah, really?
We don't need anybody's help. No. You need Trump's help. Period.
Oh, my.
You need Trump's help. Stop acting like you don't need anybody's help. You definitely need Trump's help to go out there and pull this off. You need America's help. Without America and any of this stuff, it hasn't happened. I wish Reza Pahlavi would have met with the president 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. I hope he would have reached out.
Yeah.
But he hasn't. But I will tell you, it's better late than never. If he approaches to play a game, by the way, this whole thing that they're doing as well, I'm convinced a big part why Khamenei and Iran has shut down the internet, I'm also convinced they don't want to see the videos that are going viral here directing them what to do. I'm convinced they don't want to see that either. So the biggest difference on why I believe, if I rank it here, I'm ranking the most important people that are helping this regime take place if it becomes free again. Number one, who's a number one group of people that are helping this happen? The Iranian people in Iran. They're number one. Without them, nothing else matters.
Yep.
They're number one. You know who's a number two person that is helping this revolution possibly happen? It's the guy in the White House. You know who's number three? Most likely Delta Force. You know who's number four? I have Reza Pahlavi as number four. He's playing a role now these last 2 weeks. And then number five is the pressure to hurry up and go. Urgency to get it done. So, yes, but the biggest factor after the people is Trump. We've never had a guy like Trump that is getting behind it. The Iranian people are so glad that he's out there putting the thread, because these people in Iran are starting to feel the fear that something could possibly happen. There's a few places, if they were going to attack, that I would encourage them to be thinking about, but that's a whole different story. Anyways, Vinny, your thoughts?
I mean, like you said, step up and the urgency. It's like you have this opportunity, and I saw some of those videos of just angry Persian men wearing sunglasses in a car, yelling in a hot-ass car in California. Oh, we don't need you, and stay out. 47 years? What are you guys doing? Biding your time? Okay? The time is now. People are trying to get involved. For them to go after you, it's as if you're not from there, as if you didn't have to flee and go to a freaking refugee camp with your family, all the stuff that comes with it, all the trauma, all the everything. And by the way, and I get it. It comes with the territory, Pat. You're going to open your mouth. You care about the people as if you have some investment that you give a damn about. Your investment is the people. Your investment is Iran. Your investment is to be able to go on an airplane, fly where you were born, and not worry about getting your head chopped off because of stuff that you said about the freaking people that are in charge.
By the way, even the guy, the one guy called him the angry little elf. Even that guy that was upset saying what he was saying.
Yeah. Sweating in his car for no reason.
You know what I will tell you? I understand emotions. You know why? This is a very sensitive time.
For sure.
This is something that's important to you.
Yes.
Your entire life, you've been waiting for this. You've dedicated your life to this. Intensity is so high. Emotions are so high. During the fog of war, Humberto was saying this in the back. You know the whole concept of fog of war? What does fog of war mean?
There's so much happening. Things that are said are misconstrued. Bombings are happening. People are dying. It's so much is happening.
And speed.
It's
the situation is changing with great
it's
speed.
It's a lot of
and you're only
confusion.
getting partial information or you're getting obstructed information.
Confusion caused by the chaos of war or battle.
So much is happening.
With Iran right now, we are in the fog of war.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there are the people that have their own strong opinions and their loyalty. The people that, no matter what Reza Pahlavi does, he's never going to get their support.
Yes.
They're not supporters of him because they're like, you've took everybody's money. You've never had a job in your life. You call yourself a fighter pilot, but you've never been to war before. That's like saying I'm a boxer, but I've never been in a ring before. You think very highly of yourself. You've lived in America for 47, 48 years. Even you left before the war happened, the revolution happened in Iran. You have no place for this. That he's never going to win these guys over. Then there's the guys over here that no matter what, it's going to be what? Reza Pahlavi, he can't do anything wrong in their eyes.
Yes.
And then you have the different political factions in Iran that are doing their thing. Then you have the outside who could care less about Iran. Somebody that's living in America that's like, I'm America first, non-interventionist. Who gives a shit what's going on in Iran? That's the community as well. Then you got mainstream media that wants to report based on what they're being told. Then you got the small group of people in the 20% that are in the middle saying, honestly, what the hell is going on? Who do I trust? Who do I believe? They said that guy's part of this. They said this guy's part of that. The other day, like, oh, Patrick's part of Mujahideen. Mujahideen is MAK, who are, Islamist, communist, Marxist. But here's the part, though. Even if 5% believes it, that's part of the fog of war. I am not worried about the fog of war. If we go right now the way we're going, the amount of pressure that's on Iran, on the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, something's going to break. Something's going to break. My long-term concern is a complete different thing, but I think you got a question.
I just want to ask you one question.
Yeah.
This whole concept of intervention or isolationism, right? I see people coming from Iran. We don't need anybody's help. We need to do this ourselves.
Yeah.
This is all us. And I'm like, okay, no help? Yeah, we don't want America intervening. Israel, stay out of this. Okay. So I was watching movies this week, and I actually watched your favorite movie, My Cousin Vinny. And there's a scene where, she's like, my biological clock is ticking
like this.
The reason that they're arguing is he's saying, stay out of my life.
Are you
I don't need your
picking
help.
these movies, or is she picking these
Yeah,
movies?
who's
Because
picking these movies?
At this
I'm
point,
picking
it's like
one,
there's,
she's picking
she's
one.
very strategic.
I'm
I
picking
like her.
one.
Yeah.
She's picking
She's
one.
very
Exactly.
strategic.
One where the guy's abusive.
Keep
Exactly.
going.
And then the other guy.
It's a beautiful
So,
weekend in Miami. You're
he
inside
says,
watching
we'll get
Sleeping
married.
with the enemy. And it's
Exactly. This is
next
what
door in
happens
bed.
when you're in a relationship. You got to watch
like,
movies
I'm
now.
worried about this one.
So he says, stay out of it. We'll get married when I win my first case.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm watching you lose left and right. And she goes, imagine this. You go around solving all these cases, winning all these cases,
Yep.
and God forbid people help you along the way. Oh my God.
Yep.
Why are they so opposed to outside pressure, outside forces
Helping out?
helping
I don't
them
think it's
get
everybody.
their freedom?
I think that's a very small percentage. I think
Please explain.
I think that's a very small percentage of
Okay.
people that are saying this. I have one basic rule. Call me out, but if you're respectful, I'll respond. One of the guys made a video, called me out, but he was so respectful. He DMs me respectfully. I respond back to him. It's one of the videos that went viral, by the way. I said, hey, I don't know who you are, but you seem very respectful. I'll tell you exactly what I told him in this message. I said, I don't know who you are, but I respect your approach. I said, matter of fact, I want you to read this, and I'm going to show you the guy's face, so when you respond, people know who you're, man, I got to find this. He sends this message, if I can really get to this message. Guys, the reason why I probably won't be able to get to the message, because I got 10,000 messages
Guys,
this week.
that's a pretty big
It's
time.
number-
No.
Get on my
Let me
neck.
tell you what I
Just
mean
kidding.
by that. What
It's
I
number
mean by that,
806. Keep
guys,
scrolling.
this was a very rough weekend for Iran.
Yeah.
Rough and emotional weekend for Iran. So
No doubt.
I understand the emotions are very high. This guy sends me the message, and I respond back to him.
Want me to read it?
Yeah, I mean, you see all these
Yes, sir.
videos. You see the videos in the middle with him?
Yes, sir,
Okay,
yeah.
so now I want you to go and see my message
Okay.
to what he said. What did I say in the
one in the
message to him?
purple?
All the way in the bottom.
Yeah.
The red. Yeah,
Should
purple.
I say his name or no?
No, not his
Okay.
name. Just read it.
Hey, I don't know you, but you sound respectful. I hope RP pulls this off. I wish you nothing but the very best. Thank you for your service.
Beautiful. So let me tell you what I mean by this. I get the emotions. I get it. I've been in fights. I've been in, when I'm building a company and I put all my money into it and I'm vested, like my entire life savings is tied to the company, it's emotional. This is very emotional to the Iranian people. Let me tell you what's going on and who the real MVP in America is the last 4 weeks, the last 3 weeks. You know who the real MVP in America is? That unfortunately, they will not get the credit. They will not be talked about. You will not know their names. You will not be able to give to their GoFundMe. You will not be able to do anything with those guys. You know who the real MVP the last few weeks has been in America? The Delta Force. The Delta Force. When I was in the Army, I asked my orders to be, I was going to go be 18 Delta, 5th group. I did all my interviews. I got my orders. I was going to re-enlist 6 years, go to DLI, go to SEER school, go to, airborne, go to special forces, and then I was going to go straight to Vicenza, Italy to be in that area. My friend ends up getting the orders. He ends up becoming Delta. The stuff you're hearing about on how they're going in Venezuela and how they got him, the reports that are coming out, unreal. And by the way, you know who's watching that very quickly? Khamenei in Iran better be watching very closely because our Delta Force is really strong. If they want to do something, they could get a lot of stuff done. So guess what is back? You know these USA hats that we had, these beautiful USA hats with the future looks bright on the side and the future looks bright on the bottom? These sell out within seconds when we launch these. If you haven't picked one of these up, you love America. There's never been a more important time, especially 250-year anniversary, to go wear this. This is the USA, the USA on the front, American flag on the side, future looks bright on the back, and then you got future looks bright here. You can go back on this link, Rob, if you can put it below. We also have the shirts to go with it. Go back on that page as well. It's right there. If you go, there's the shirts to go with it. There's the different kind of hats for women, for men. Go a little bit lower if you could, Rob. But if you haven't yet ordered one of these USA hats, buy one for yourself, for a friend, for a family member who loves America. Anybody who wears this with the USA being lifted, they love these hats. One of the fan favorites that we have. Click on a link below, order a few, give it away to your friends, colleagues, and employees. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.